I am a whole can of Topo Chico Deep right now. All right, listen, strongman personal finance. I am a certified public accountant. I'm just kidding, man. I like you, okay, Daddy? Sorry, what? Listen, strong individual. I disagree with you. I don't think that you should match your tax advantage accounts by total world index funds. I believe something else, baby. Something sexier. Something spicier. Something so fucking groovy that's gonna blow your mind. I do think Meet Kevin is an idiot though. Um, so we're on the same page there. But tax advantaged accounts. You see, I used to be a tax advantaged account kind of guy. Then I grew a sack. Then I got my man balls. I got an interactive brokers account and used leverage like a true chat. Look at you, strong boy. But seriously, I would like to come on and explain my thought process, which is actually very similar to yours. The only thing I didn't like about tax advantaged accounts, I used to have the TSP plan. I didn't like that I couldn't access it until I was 59 and a half, or I would probably be old and not able to walk. So what use would I have money for at that point? Then COVID happened and they said, you can take out your money from your TSP if you want. And I said, thanks, government. I think I will. I got myself an interactive brokers account, the most sexy brokerage on this planet. And then I did some research, baby, into what a lot of people don't talk about on YouTube, which is the Kelly criterion, which is the mathematically most accurate and efficient way to grow your account given a specific opportunity. Sort of like a plug and chug formula kind of thing. Mostly used for gambling, but it can be applied to stocks using return and volatility measured by standard deviation. And what I found is that over data going across however far back we go for like global markets, that the opportunity that global stock index funds give you is actually warranted to use leverage. But after you calculate, the cost of borrowing and some things, it's not quite as good, but it's still pretty fucking good. Not to mention that you can actually borrow against your taxable brokerage account, not actually sell the assets. So you can always borrow against it. And then you can use the interest you paid on the money you borrowed as a tax write-off. I'm the firm believer that you should leverage a tax-advantaged account with index funds, of course. I'm not that autistic. Leverage it with tattoo truckers pay. 3x leverage tattoo truckers pay. No. Definitely use index funds. I use VT as well. Well, I actually like break it down into the individual parts because I have to rebalance with the leverage. It's really fucking annoying. I wish it was just. I think it would work if it was just VT. But I was doing this whole like value index thing. I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore because the expense ratios are stupid high. But anyway, I think that aggressive investing when you're young in taxable accounts, you don't actually sell. And even if you do, it's only 10%. Instead, you borrow against it. Use the interest as a tax write-off. Or you can use options, you can use leverage in a taxable account, and there's so much more flexibility there. The biggest flexibility being that I can show it to a loan officer and like use it as a loan for my house, or I can actually get that cash in a bank account the next day, which I use to like pay a car in cash instead of getting a 7% loan or something like that, right? It's like that cash is actually super liquid. and you don't pay taxes with interactive brokers, you just borrow against it, and it still goes into your account. I think you do that. I think you use a slight bit of leverage based on your expectations of return and volatility going forward, which you could just use long-term averages, and it comes out to be like 1.3x leverage over long periods of time. I think I came up with 1.2 to 1.4, so I just use in the middle like 1.3, and then you rebalance like every month or two. It's not that big a deal. It's pretty easy. But the compounded rate of that, imagine if you got VT's return, but then multiply it by 1.3, you're going to experience more volatility. But if you're in a taxable account, you couldn't get it until you're 60 anyway, so volatility doesn't really matter to you. But you're taking full advantage of that opportunity, given the mathematical facts, the Kelly criterion, given the numbers that you put in. Now, if you think the numbers are going to be different, obviously you'll get a different number. In that case, you might want to use bonds if you think the returns are going to be lower going forward for whatever reason. But I just use the very long-term averages using global data, not just US, but global, so like VT. And if you do that over long periods of time and never like go into bonds or like you just embrace the volatility, because on the exponential curve, the steepest part is towards the end. So you want to continue the strategy for as long as possible, even into retirement. But the idea is you save so much that you have so much relative to what you need, the volatility won't really affect you too much. And you'll just have a lot more money, and you could never sell it. I'm pretty sure you can like inherit it to your kids or something, and there's no taxes. Even if there is, it's like 10%, and if you compound it for long enough, I'm pretty sure it's still better than a taxable account. So yeah, I'll have to explain the math. Not like me, Kevin. I'm not going to draw the Stimmy curve and inflation and macroeconomic squiggly line to explain. I'll use like actual math, like not whatever the fuck. Yeah, dude, I gotta like stop because your pictures make me hard. I mean, hard to look at. Fuck, sorry.